Night, 6:05 p.m. on the 24th of November 2025, and you are looking at a very fine view of NGC 891, our kickoff view for this evening. Let's take it up to a 75x view. Unfortunately, we seem to be getting some comatose stars. Let me go ahead and reinitialize, and we'll see what happens with it. Okay, I reinitialized the stack. We got two stacks. None have been ignored. Total exposure time, 15 seconds. Fine view, all kinds of texture and detail in this beautiful edge-on Galaxy NGC 891, which is our reference view for the evening because we're about to launch into the NGC 350-399 series. And once again, I'm shooting for getting it done in less than 30 minutes, and we are now 1 minute in. Okay, we are, of course, using 5-second exposures, and the thinking is basically we got about a 24-inch eyepiece view right before us, but at a mere 30x. And at 7mm exit pupil, you would have to be at roughly 85x in order to fit all the light from the 24-inch Newtonian reflector into your fully dilated 7mm iris. What we're seeing here in this area, now because there's several galaxies here, but let me describe the one we're after. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. NGC 350 is a galaxy in Cetus the Whale, magnitude 15.7 by 0.5 arc minutes. It's a lenticular spiral, 268 million light years distant, maybe some 55,000 light years in diameter. It's at 1 hour, 1 minute, 56 seconds with a declination of -6 degrees, 47 minutes, 45 seconds. If I had to speculate, I would say it's probably this galaxy right here because that magnitude 15 is probably magnitude 14, so maybe this one here. However, until we make reference to Steve Gottlieb's Adventures in DeepSpace.com, it will be difficult to confirm it, and it will probably include some reference to this brightest star located here to the east and the north of the screen. Okay, we should be now having a view somewhere on the screen of NGC 351, run it right up to 75x. It's a magnitude 13.2 galaxy. Ooh, I'm not seeing anything that resembles that in the field, but let's go ahead and center right here. In Cetus, 13.2, 1.5 by 0.8 arc minute. Could be this one here. There are extensions on it. It's a spiral with a bar and lenticular class lowercase a, 188 million light years distant, right ascension in 1 hour, 1 minute, 57 seconds, with a declination of -1 degree, 56 minutes, 10 seconds. Here is our 150x view. However, there's something a little more edgy on right there in the field. Okay, what we're looking for here in the field is a magnitude 12.6 edge-on 4:1 aspect ratio galaxy, and I do believe we're seeing it there. 2.4 by 0.8 arc minutes, spiral with a bar, lowercase bc, so not a very pronounced core. 235 million light years distant, puts it at about 170,000 light years in diameter. We're at 1 hour, 2 minutes, 9 seconds with a declination of -4 degrees, 14 minutes, 44 seconds in Cetus the Whale. And let's have that 150x view. Okay, we're off to NGC 353, also in Cetus, a galaxy, magnitude 13.6. The sky looks pretty dark up there, so I'm not understanding why we're not getting a better view, but we are getting a nice dark screen, although we're at -1 degree, so we're right on the celestial equator. NGC 353, galaxy Cetus, magnitude 13.6, 1.3 by 0.4, 3:1 aspect ratio galaxy. There are several here. Spiral with a bar, lowercase ab, 185 million light years distant, puts it about 75,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension, 1 hour, 2 minutes, 24 seconds, with a declination of -1 degree, 57 minutes, and 27 seconds. Let's have that 100x view of the field. We're now off to NGC 354. I do believe it's this galaxy right here. 75x view. It's a galaxy in Pisces, further north. Magnitude 13.4, 0.8 by 0.4 arc minutes. This is kind of small for a 13.4 magnitude galaxy. Spiral with a bar in a lowercase p, 211 million light years distant, maybe 50,000 light years, and maybe a little less than that, 40,000 light years in diameter. It's at right ascension, 1 hour, 3 minutes, 16 seconds, and a declination of plus 22 degrees, 20 minutes, 32 seconds. Let's push up the magnification and see if we can't make out a little bit more of its structure. And yes, we can. Our next study for the evening is NGC355. It is a 15th magnitude 1 by 0.4 arc minute spiral with a lenticular spiral, 322 million light years distant, puts it at right about the size of our own Milky Way, maybe a little larger, 95 to 100,000 light years in diameter. We're at right ascension, 1 hour, 3 minutes, 6 seconds with a declination of minus 6 degrees, 19 minutes, 27 seconds. And pushing up the magnification, we get a pretty solid view of what is probably a magnitude 14 galaxy, however. NGC356 with a slow walker through it. It's a galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 13.5, that looks about right. 1.5 by 0.8 arc minutes, that looks right. Spiral with a lowercase bc, so 2.5 times removed from the lenticular class. And what we can expect about that is that its magnitude probably is 13.5 because it's low enough to specify the visual magnitude. 261 million light years distant puts it about 110,000 light years in diameter with a right ascension of 1 hour, 3 minutes, 7 seconds and a declination of minus 6 degrees, 59 minutes, 18 seconds. Okay, NGC 357 is the brightest galaxy of the evening thus far at magnitude 12. It's 2.5 by 1.7 arc minutes. Spiral with a bar lenticular A, 106 million light years distant. So it's about 80,000 light years in diameter. It's at a right ascension, 1 hour, 3 minutes, 21 seconds with a declination of minus 6 degrees, 20 minutes, 19 seconds. And there is our 150x full pixelation view. Okay, what we have here is NGC 359. Let's back it off to 75x so we can see if we can identify it. Looks like a galaxy group of sorts. Magnitude 13.3 in Cetus, 1.5 by 1.1 arc minute, lenticular spiral, that looks about right. 241 million light years distant, puts it about 115,000 light years in diameter. RA 1 hour, 4 minutes, 16 seconds with a declination of a mere minus 45 minutes and 53 seconds. The galaxy is in Cetus. And here is our 150x view of two galaxies, very nicely positioned. And a third. We're off to NGC 363, and I believe as far south as we've gone yet this evening, a galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 15.6 by 0.5 lenticular spiral. 500 million light years distant, probably means it's probably somewhere around 100,000 light years in diameter. Not sure where the galaxy is to be found on the field. There are several faintish candidates. If we push it up, usually we've had to drift things down a little bit. That may very well be it. Let's push it up to our 150x view, and I would think that's a pretty fair candidate, although there are several other faint fuzzies in the field. We're now off to NGC 364, galaxy once again in Cetus. 75x view, there's a nice galaxy right there. Let's see if it corresponds. It's magnitude 13.1, 1.4 by 1.2 arc minutes. That may be a bit faint. This one is a little bit brighter. Lenticular spiral, so it should have a very bright central core. 233 million light years distant, puts it about 90,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension, 1 hour, 4 minutes, 40 seconds with a declination of minus 48 minutes and 10 seconds. Pushing it up, getting a view of both galaxies, and then bailing. Had to skip over a few, either too far south in Sculptor or too far north in Cassiopeia, I believe it was. We've now seen the diffraction from the power lines. We're looking for NGC367, magnitude 15.5, 0.9 by 0.5 arc minutes. Somewhere in the field. Lenticular spiral, 342 million light years distant, maybe 115,000 light years in diameter. We're getting some distension. I'm going to relaunch. Okay, I'm working my way towards that 150x view without being able to actually pick out the galaxy in the field. Could be any of these faint fuzzies, but unsure as to which. Off to NGC369, a faint galaxy in Cetus. Oh, it's not so faint. Galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 13.8, 1 by 0.8 arc minutes. I've been shifting things down. That was weird. Probably because I held down the mouse button. Spiral with a bar in lowercase b, 276 million light years distant, maybe 80,000 light years in diameter. There's my candidate, although it looks a bit faint. Right ascension, 1 hour, 5 minutes, 8 seconds, with a declination of minus 17 degrees, 45 minutes, and 31 seconds. Pressing the magnification up, there is a view of the field. And yes, that may very well be NGC 369. After skipping a couple of elusive studies, probably stars, we're now on to NGC 373, a galaxy in Pisces. Nice field of view, magnitude 16.6, no doubt associated with this cluster of galaxies right here in the field. It's 0.3 by 0.3 arc minute elliptical, so bright and tight. 249 million light years distant. This is tiny. It's probably no more than 30,000 light years in diameter. We're getting distension. I'm going to relaunch. Okay, back at our 50x view with this series of galaxies right here. Nice string of them. Let's see if we can't push it up to 150x. As I said, magnitude 16.6, small elliptical, 249, right ascension 1 hour, 6 minutes, 58 seconds, with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 18 minutes, and 30 seconds. Okay, we're off to NGC 374, also in Pisces as part of that string of galaxies, magnitude 13.4, 1.1 by 0.5 arc minutes, spiral with a lowercase a, 229 million light years distant. RA is 1 hour, 7 minutes, 5 seconds, with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 47 minutes, 42 seconds. Here is our 150x view, quite potentially 1.1. This is probably our galaxy right here. Okay, halfway through our studies, still part of that string of galaxies for NGC 375, galaxy in Pisces, magnitude 16. Probably about magnitude, it's an E2, so it's probably more like magnitude 14.5 visual, 271 million light years distant, maybe 75 to 80,000 light years in diameter. We're at right ascension 1 hour, 7 minutes, 6 seconds, with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 20 minutes, and 52 seconds. Keep in mind, we're going to be heading east if the NGC catalog has been properly entered. Let's take a up to that 150x view. Look at that string of galaxies once again. Okay, we're off to NGC 377, much further south. Minus 20 degrees, actually. We're looking for a galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 15.7. That could possibly be it. There's not much else going on there. Won't get any stacks. 0.8 by 0.2 arc minutes, so it should be a 4-to-1 somewhere, looking rather edge-on-y and faint in the field. Can't be sure where it's at. Spiral with a lowercase b. Oh my God. It can't be true. This is 3.39 billion light years distant. NGC 377 has to be verified. Galaxy in Cetus, magnitude 15.7, 4-to-1 aspect ratio. Makes no sense at all. It's a spiral with a lowercase b. Typically, you'd see an elliptical at that distance, but not a lowercase b. Right ascension is 1 hour, 6 minutes, 35 seconds, with a declination of minus 20 degrees, 19 minutes, 55 seconds. Let's push it up to 100% e-zoom. Scan the field, looking for anything. Well, I got duplication. I've got ink comets, so hold on a second here. Okay, once again, 150x field. We're scanning it, looking for a 4-to-1 aspect ratio, edge-on galaxy, magnitude 15.7. It's probably more along the lines of a 14.5. We may not be able to identify it, but this is the field, and this looks like it might be a galaxy right here. NGC 377, 3.4 billion light years distant, if it's true. Here is our NGC 379 field. Once again, it looks like that string of galaxies we saw earlier. This is a magnitude 12.9 galaxy in Pisces, 1.4 by 0.7 arc minutes, probably this sweetie right here. It's a lenticular spiral, located 253 million light years distant, so about 100,000 light years in diameter. 1 hour, 7 minutes, 15 seconds in right ascension. Declination is plus 32 degrees, 31 minutes, and 14 seconds. There is our continuing view of the string of galaxies in what is probably the NGC 379 galaxy group. And here's a 150x view without stellar distension. Okay, here we're having a view of NGC 380, magnitude 12.5. Ooh, it may actually be even a brighter one. I don't remember what the last one was. I thought it was 12.8. 1.3 by 1.1 arc minutes. Yes, it is a bit larger, so this may be our study. It's an elliptical class 2. That could work. 202 million light years distant, 75,000 light years in diameter. RA 1 hour, 7 minutes, 17 seconds with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 28 minutes, 59 seconds. And pushing the magnification up. One of these, and I'm going to pause it again and restack. Okay, there's our restack view. We've got 2 stacks in a row. It's probably going to distend on the next one, but let's move on. Okay, part of the same string of galaxies in Pisces is NGC 382, magnitude 13.2, 0.9 by 0.9 arc minutes. Good candidate there. It's an elliptical class O. So purely spherical, 238 million light years distant, puts it at about 75,000 light years. RA 1 hour, 7 minutes, 23 seconds with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 24 minutes, and 13 seconds. Once again, getting another view with some distension, and let's move on. Okay, let's call this next one the Hemi Galaxy because my mother happened to have a Plymouth satellite with a Hemi 383 engine. This is a magnitude 12.4, so it may be the brightest galaxy we're seeing in this field. I cannot tell until we do some navigation, astrogation using something like adventuresindeepspace.com. 2 by 1.7 arc minute lenticular spiral, 231 million light years distant, so about the size of Messier 31. This appears to be the largest one here at about the same distance, so this may very well be it. Who knows? Right ascension, 1 hour, 7 minutes, 24 seconds with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 24 minutes, and 44 seconds. And another 150x view of our region. Okay, NGC 384 is obviously a galaxy in this series. I'll push it over it again because it's all strung out right along there. It's a galaxy in Pisces, magnitude 13.1, 1.1 by 0.8 arc minutes, 195 million light years distant. This is much more closer. It's an elliptical 3, so it's probably not a part of the same galaxy group. You have to pay attention to the distances to determine that. We're at 1 hour, 7 minutes, 25 seconds. I'm going to pause for a second. And I just pushed it back up to 150x for NGC 384. We're at declination plus 32 minutes, 32 degrees, 17 minutes, and 33 seconds for this view. We're on to NGC 385 in that same string of galaxies, and we seem to be walking to the left, so it should be in this region here. However, it could be it. We'll see. Oh, no. This is 385 is a galaxy in Pisces, magnitude 13, 1.1 by 1, face-on lenticular spiral, 229 million light years distant. Right ascension, 1 hour, 7 minutes, 27 seconds with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 19 minutes, and 12 seconds. Pushing the magnification to 150 and assuming it's somewhere in this field, let's move on. We're on to NGC 386, another one of the galaxies in that string of galaxies in Pisces, magnitude 14.3. So finally we dropped something off. which should give us a better notion. It could be this galaxy right here. However, nothing is guaranteed. 0.4 by 0.3 arc minutes, so very small. Elliptical, 251 million light years distant, puts this one basically back in the same original group. Okay, I started a restack for the 150x view. Here is our region. So we're at right ascension 1 hour, 7 minutes, 31 seconds with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 21 minutes, and 43 seconds. Well, this is going to be a fun one to track down. We're now looking for NGC387. I'll go right to it as I go to the data. NGC387 is part of that same string of galaxies. It should be fun to plot it all out. Galaxy in Pisces, magnitude 16, probably. It's an elliptical, so it's probably somewhere around magnitude 14.5. Visual, 0.3 by 0.3 arc minutes, very small. 224 million light years distance, so it's part of the group. Right ascension 1 hour, 7 minutes, 33 seconds, with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 23 minutes, and 27 seconds. Continuing with our string of galaxies, we're now on to NGC 388, right up to 100%, and then pause once again. Cannot explain why we're getting comatose tonight, but it is very cold. That could have an impact. We're at NGC 388 is magnitude 14.3, 0.3 by 0.3 arc minute elliptical, 249 million light years distant, so in the pocket. 1 hour, 7 minutes, 47 seconds with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 18 minutes, and 35 seconds. Why does it have to be so cold when it's so clear? NGC 389 is a galaxy in Andromeda, magnitude 13.8. 1.3 by 0.4 arc minutes, has a nice aspect ratio, 3:1. Spiral with a lowercase a. I'm going to pause it and restack. Okay, here's our 50x view. There's our galaxy centered in the field. It's at right ascension 1 hour, 8 minutes, 29 seconds with a declination of plus 39 degrees, 41 minutes, and 41 seconds. Let's take it up to 100%, 150x e-zoom. We're off to NGC 390, galaxy in Pisces. It may or may not be. Yeah, it is definitely part of the group. And here's two more galaxies, so let's see which one we can figure it out. 0.5 by 0.4 arc minutes. 215 million light years distance, so it's closer than the rest of them, probably about 20 to 30,000 light years. Right ascension 1 hour, 8 minutes, 13 seconds. With a declination of plus 32 degrees, 27 minutes, 13 seconds, there is no indication as to its magnitude. Here's our 100% view. Now we're off to NGC 391, galaxy in Cetus, far enough south so I could stick my hands in my pockets. Magnitude 13.4, 0.9 by 0.7 arc minutes elliptical, 240 million light years distance, so maybe 80,000 light years in diameter. Should be shifted up towards the screen. This looks like a good viable candidate there. 0.9 by 0.7, right ascension 1 hour, 7 minutes, 22 seconds with a declination of 0 degrees, 55 minutes, 31 seconds. NGC 392, parking it at 50%, 75x, is a galaxy in Pisces, magnitude 12.7, 1.2 by 0.9 arc minutes. It's probably that one there. Lenticular spiral, 213 million light years distant, maybe 75,000 light years in diameter. We're at right ascension 1 hour, 8 minutes, 23 seconds with a declination of plus 33 degrees, 8 minutes, and 0 seconds. And there is our 150x. We're off to NGC 393, well positioned on the screen. It's a magnitude 12.5 galaxy in Andromeda. 1.7 by 1.4 arc minutes. It's got a neighbor. Lenticular spiral, 277 million light years distant, means about 120,000 light years in diameter, with a right ascension of 1 hour, 8 minutes, 37 seconds, and a declination of plus 39 degrees, 38 minutes, 37 seconds. 39, 38, 37 with distended stars. I'm going to go ahead and reinitialize. Okay, here is our 150x view before the stars go comatose on us. Several galaxies in the field. NGC 393 is one of them. Off to NGC394 in Pisces. Let's push it right up to 150x. Magnitude 15.6 by 0.3 lenticular spiral. 214 million light years distance, probably about 50,000 light years in diameter. Right ascension, 1 hour, 8 minutes, 26 seconds with a declination of plus 33 degrees, 8 minutes, 51 seconds. Okay, NGC 396 in Pisces. We're going to push it right up, and hopefully we can find it. Is a magnitude 16.4 by 0.3 arc-minute galaxy. One of these, no, possibly, in Pisces. Spiral, simply listed as a spiral, 566 million light years distant, puts it at about 50 to 60,000 light years in diameter. Pretty small for that distance. Right ascension, 1 hour, 8 minutes, 8 seconds with a declination of plus 4 degrees, 31 minutes, 51 seconds. NGC 397, I believe, is probably just one of these galaxies here. It's about its magnitude 15.5, going to be very faint. We're already getting stellar distension, even though it says it's stacked 4 of them. There's just something wrong tonight. Magnitude 15.5, 0.3 by 0.3 arc-minute elliptical, 226 million light years distant, 35,000 light years in diameter maybe. RA 1 hour, 8 minutes, 31 seconds with a declination of plus 33 degrees, 0634. I'm going to pause it. Brought it right up to 150x. Here is our galaxy field, several quite visible. One of which is NGC 397 at magnitude 15.5. Probably magnitude 14, so possibly this or this galaxy here. Okay, our next study, almost could be the final one, is NGC 398, a galaxy in Pisces. Magnitude 15.5, very small, 0.3 by 0.2 arc minutes. There's a couple of candidates here. Ooh, beautiful edge on as well. Maybe either one of these galaxies. Lenticular spiral, which means it's probably magnitude 14.5, more like this one than this one perhaps, but it's small, 0.3 by 0.2, 231 million light years distant with a right ascension of 1 hour, 8 minutes, 53 seconds, and a declination plus 32 degrees, 30 minutes, 52 seconds. Let's get a 100, I'm going to re-instantiate this, hold on. Okay, here's that 150x view of the same basic field with our galaxies in it, 0.3 by 0.2. This is kind of an edgy on. This one here looks a little more roundish. This one's kind of bright. So your guess is good as mine, because we have not been getting very good go-to this evening. Well, we're now 27 minutes 37 seconds into this video. We're looking at the second galaxy in the same field, I believe. Let me go ahead and re-instance this, run it up, because there was only a slight amount of adjustment in the field. Here's our 3 galaxies. We're looking for NGC 399, which is fairly bright. 13.6, but it's 0.9 by 0.7 arc minutes, so this is probably our study here. It is further east, so this may have been our last one, which was 398. This one, however, is going to have to wait till our next tour. It's quite cold out. It's 0.9 by 0.7 arc minute galaxy in Pisces, spiral with a bar, lowercase a, 237 million light years distant. I'm going to restack it. Once again, here's our galaxy field. 237 million light year distant NGC 399 at 1 hour, 8 minutes, 59 seconds with a declination of plus 32 degrees, 38 minutes, 2 seconds. Our final study of the evening. So there is our view. We've had a chance to tour them at 5 seconds. Let's see if we can find something nice to go out on. Well, you can't go wrong with this view, although it shows you how displaced the studies are in the field. We've had our second stack of Messier 31 and 32 and 110. And with that, I am going to say, oh, and NGC 206 star cloud in Messier 31. And with that, I'm going to push it up just a little bit and say, oh, we can get them all in there. Oh, look at that. Carpe Noctem.